Welcome back to IPW Hardcore Wrestling. This is the hardcore giant Ron Nemi. And there you look at Lex Lovett, this week managed by Gigolo Jimmy Del Rey, but he's going to need a hell of a lot more than that when he's facing his arch rival, Antonio Banks. And I'm joined by Mikey Tenderfoot.
Why are you laughing, Ron Nemi? Why are you laughing?
I find it a hell of a lot more amusing than you do. What just happened to the Alliance of Defiance, and it looks like you're going to be shouldering a hell of a lot of blame.
My neck is sore, my back is sore, I've got a tenderfoot, and you're here laughing at me? Obviously, Billy Fives assaulted IPW senior official, and that was why I made the count. I wasn't even conscious.
Not even conscious. I'll tell you what, you don't have to worry about the hardcore giant Ron Nemi. You have to worry about your so-called friends, the Alliance of Defiance. But listen to the reaction for Antonio Banks. The fans here in IPW have absolutely taken this kid under their wing. And I'll tell you what, he is one of the most badass individuals that I've seen come up in the ranks of wrestling. Forget about IPW. He is one of the toughest individuals that I have seen in this business come along in many, many years. And Lex Lovett with Jimmy Del Rey, I don't care if it's with Vito DiNucci, I don't care if they dig out Tom Pritchard or Chris Nelson. Nobody from the Heavenly Bodies can do a damn thing to Antonio Banks.
I'm a little distraught, but I'm still going to try and call this match just because I don't feel I have to explain myself to the likes of you, Ron Nemi. But here we go with Antonio Banks and Lex Lovett one more time.
These guys are two of the top contenders for that IPW World Heavyweight title and that NWA Florida Heavyweight title, now held by Billy Fives, the new IPW World Heavyweight Champion. I'm going to tell you what, Mikey Tenderfoot, you better be looking over your shoulder at all times because Rod Steele, Scoot Andrews, Sullivan, Agent Steele, and Roderick Strong, I guarantee you they got a bone to pick with you.
Once again, I'm not going to explain myself. If they've got a problem with me, obviously I did the best job that I could. They weren't there for the finish. They left me inside of the ring alone by myself. I might have to reevaluate that situation, but either way you look at it, Lex Lovett is taking Antonio Banks down to the mat like we've seen them go at it before. These two hate each other. There's a deep hatred there. Antonio Banks reverses, and Lex Lovett gets right to the rope. Very smart move.
Very smart move. Get to the rope and make it a break that hold. Again, playing the mind games that Lex Lovett always does. They've already got a contract signed to meet at the Rage in the Cage at the Pinellas Expo Center on April 18th, but they decided they couldn't wait. They wanted to get in that ring one more time. I'm not so sure that both competitors are going to make it to that match.
Banks now rolls him over for the pin. Kick out by Lex Lovett. Lovett gives him the boot right to the stomach. Hits him in the back with some forearms. Brings him out to the middle of the ring. Oh, and plants him right on his face and applies that sort of bulldog headlock.
Again, unorthodox. Lex Lovett, he doesn't have to do everything by the book. He is one of the most technically gifted athletes here in IPW, but he's going to improvise if he's got you to take down the big man. Antonio Banks is somebody, sometimes you got to pull out something that he hasn't seen before. I guarantee you, he's been studying the tapes. He's been studying the tapes from the matches that he's been having with Lex Lovett and from the matches that Lovett's been having for years, making a name for himself here in IPW and in the NWA.
It's also going to be interesting to see the speed matchup. Banks is very deceiving with his size, but he's also very fast. Lex Lovett also known to be very speedy when he needs to be. It's going to be interesting to see what happens just when they start to get on the move.
Again, you look at the size and the strength of both these individuals, and you brought up a good point. You don't think about the speed of these two wrestlers. Lex Lovett, I've mentioned about a million times, former cheerleader for the University of South Florida. Not something I'd be running around town bragging about. But yeah, he's an athletic guy. He's very gifted. He's very speedy, but he's not spry like the hardcore giant, Ron Nemi.
Cheerleaders get all the hole. You see Banks there with a head scissors. Lex trying to get out of it, trying to find a way, and he tries to kip out. But Banks, obviously, with those huge legs, able to lock Lex in.
He's locking him in with those massive legs, like you said, the power, the strength coming into play. Antonio Banks, he's always in that gym hanging and banging. That's why the Macho Man Randy Savage has taken such a liking to this kid. He's such an athlete. He's such a talent. NWA TNA is trying to steal him from the roster of IPW. Japan is chasing after him, but we got him right here, and that ain't good for Lex Lovett.
Banks now working a hammerlock, reversed by Lex Lovett. Shoulder block by Banks, showing the power once again. A tip off by Lex Lovett, very nice, and a flying forearm. Banks with a drop down to avoid it. Hit toss. Lex is on the reel. Scoop slam.
Look at the great sequence of maneuvers in the lateral press by Antonio Banks. Not enough Beautiful leg sweep by Lex Lovett, 2 count. Look at the athletic ability on both these individuals, and they face off, and the crowd absolutely appreciates it, Mikey Tenderfoot.
Just like I said before, we were waiting to see the matchup of the speed. Both guys very fast. Banks obviously the bigger of the two. That might play a factor later on in the match, but you got to think maybe the fatigue will be a factor too. They're going at such a high pace. I haven't seen Banks get taken to the limit quite as much as Lex Lovett has before. Lex Lovett has proven himself here in IPW, and we're going to see a test of strength. Maybe not so smart for Lex Lovett unless he's got a plan in his back pocket.
Everybody that's been in the Florida WrestlePlex knows that the heat in that building comes into play. The cardiovascular conditioning of both these athletes are going to come into play. Both of them are going to be tired. Both of them are going to be blown up. But Lex Lovett, he isn't scheduled for a tour with World Japan Pro Wrestling for nothing. This kid is one of the most highly sought-after free agents in the entire business today. Ricky Choshu sees something in Lex Lovett, just like the hardcore giant Ron Nemi did. I don't like him, but I'm proud to have him on the roster of IPW, and him and Antonio Banks are stars on the rise.
He's not only talented, but he's also very smart, using Jimmy Del Rey on the outside there to his advantage. Now give him a knee right to the side of the head. Lex Lovett on top of Antonio Banks early on.
Gigolo Jimmy Del Rey actually taping the match at ringside. I'm not sure if he doesn't trust the film crew here at IPW Hardcore Wrestling, who has done a great job with the production. We've seen an incredible upgrade in the production team here. We fired some of the idiots that used to run the truck. We got rid of them. We told them to scram. Half those idiots were only trying to steal our thunder anyway. But now we got our act together. Jimmy Del Rey obviously sees something he don't like, and he's taping a match himself. Oh, my God.
Banks gets his face busted right on the apron there. Lex Lovett with a beautiful slingshot leg drop. Excuse me, I'm stuttering all over myself.
You should be stuttering all over yourself after what happened with Rod Steele tonight.
I told you not to bring that up. Can I come out here and just call this match like I've been hired to do? Can I please do that?
No.
Lex Lovett whips him off. Whatever, Ron Nemi. Banks it in the corner. Nice lariat there by Lex Lovett. Punching him in the corner, working him over. Nice back handspring. Obviously that cheerleading background. Back elbow there by Banks as he comes in. Lex comes out of it again.
Oh, my God.
And a tremendous clothesline from the huge arm of Antonio Banks. Now able to get up again. And another one.
Now, what in the hell is Lex Lovett thinking? He had the upper hand. He had him in the corner, and he decides, I believe we call that playing possum here in the wrestling business. I was going to ask you, Mikey Tenderfoot, why he did the big handspring out of the corner while he had the upper hand, and why am I profusely sweating just calling these matches when these guys haven't even broken a sweat yet?
It's a display of showmanship. Obviously, he thought he was going to get points for doing that maneuver, but also got him with 2 clothesline, but he gets on top of that Eddie Gilbert-style hot shot or Steve Austin-style stun gun, whatever you want to call it. Now he's wrenching in that cravat.
Again, you're talking about power and strength. Oh, my God. Bust his jaw right across the knee. Antonio Banks is in trouble right now. Lex Lovett, he's got him right where he wants him. But again, this guy's methodical. He's picking apart Anderson style. He's going to do everything he can to destroy Antonio Banks and finish him off. Beautiful suplex. But again, one time not enough. Takes him over for a second. He keeps him hooked. Lex Lovett taking the big man. Not this time. Not this time, my friend.
I was just about to say, that's what you want to do with a guy like Banks. You want to keep him locked up, but Banks powers him up and just lets him go and drops him right on his back.
Antonio Banks and Lex Lovett's feud has raged here in IPW. Unbelievable. Jimmy Del Rey, once again, rests back, turning. He's interfering, sticking his nose in the business. You can see why Antonio Banks hasn't had his hand raised in over 3 months feuding with Lex Lovett. Not only does he have to worry about Lex in the ring, he's got to worry about people like Vito DiNucci and Jimmy Del Rey on the outside, but he doesn't look too worried right now. Absolutely beating the hell out of Lex Lovett.
It's the X factor. Obviously, Lex Lovett doesn't want to take on Antonio Banks without somebody outside of the ring to distract him. Back suplex now. Oh, no, he sets him up on the top rope right with his crotch. That's going to hurt his ability on the hole, if you will. I said before, the cheerleaders get all the hole. Now Banks going up to the top. What's he going to set him up for, Ron Nemi?
I have absolutely no idea. What the hell is he setting him up for?
I didn't think you would.
It looks like he's setting him up for a reverse DDT from the top rope. Oh, my God.
Oh.
He's stretching the life out of him. And again, the crowd going nuts. The new fans that we just added down in UPN 33 in South Florida, they got to be thrilled seeing Antonio Banks, one of their hometown boys that we added to the roster of IPW only a few short months ago. Now we're on TV in South Florida. Antonio Banks, a big player in IPW, and he's taking it to Lex Lovett. And I guarantee you the fans on UPN 33 are going absolutely insane.
Calm down, midget. You've got a match to call. Suplex there by Banks, rolls back, not unlike Lex did before, and now he's choking him out right in the middle of the ring, working over that neck area.
And Jimmy Del Rey distracting Jim Bragg. Jim Bragg should know better. What the hell is he complaining about? That's taping his camera.
He's tapping out.
Come on, he's giving up the match. Come, raise the hand of Antonio Banks, Jim Bragg. We know you're 87 years old. We know you're constipated. That's neither here nor there.
You want to talk about my officiating? Take a look at what Jim Bragg is doing. Take a look at one of your officials.
You got a point. You actually got a point for one tenderfoot. Jim Bragg really dropping the ball in this match. I don't know if you don't want to disrespect Jimmy Del Rey, but he's got to know his place. Del Rey's there to distract him, and he did his job.
Sunset flip attempt by Banks. Doesn't have enough gas in the tank left, like we were talking about before, and gets planted right on his head with a DDT.
Again, I can't even believe the fact that these two individuals are supposed to meet again on April 18th at the Pinellas Expo Center at the Rage in the Cage. I'm not sure either one of these guys are to make it to that huge show. This match has been absolutely amazing. Again, the intestinal fortitude shown by both these wrestlers, it's unparalleled by anybody in that dressing room, and I absolutely love the roster of IPW, but these two are at the top of their game.
Lex is going to take a risk now, going up to the top. Nice missile drop kick. Can he make the cover? Banks is near the rope. Is he going to try to hook that leg and make the cover anyway?
Again, Lex Lovett, he's in just as bad a condition, it seems, as Antonio Banks. He doesn't even have the presence of mind to get over there and hook him for the win. He probably could have had the victory right there, but he's completely out of his mind. He's suffered multiple concussions in recent months, but this guy's tough. But what in the hell is he thinking going to the top again? And look, like I said, oh my God, it blew up in his face.
Oh, belly-to-belly suplex running up the ropes. It looks like they might have clanked heads there. Both guys are very weird. 1, 2. Lex is able to just get his shoulder. He still doesn't know where he is. And there's the 3 count.
There's the 3 count. But I'll tell you what, I'm not sure, tenderfoot. I'm not sure that he didn't have him covered on that first pinfall combination. But on the second one, Jim Bragg, I'm not sure. It looked like Lex Lovett may have barely raised his shoulder. I'm not a fan of Lex Lovett. I'm not a fan of Antonio Banks. But both these guys let it all hang out tonight, and they were very, very impressive. Antonio Banks with his first win over Lex Lovett. And I guarantee you, Mikey Tenderfoot, this is only the beginning of this feud. And we will see you next Friday at the Pinellas Expo Center for Rage at the Cage 5.